Alright guys, this video isn't going to be like the other videos I normally make. This one's going to be pretty different. It's a slice of life type of episode, and I will be talking about why I didn't upload for the past couple of weeks as frequently as I do, and I will be resuming my schedule, but the main reason is because I'm just going to get right to the point. I have two dogs now, and they're both amazing dogs. I had gotten Hercules, the first dog I've ever gotten, back in 2017 for Christmas. Around then, it was 12/15/2017. I had drove through a blizzard to go and get him, and it was one of the greatest days of my life. Like, literally, I've wanted a dog since I was a little kid, and I've always loved animals. I've always loved dogs, especially more than anything. Lions I have the same respect for, and something about getting a dog that year just clicked with me because we never were able to get one because of the fact that, one, we couldn't afford it, or two, because of the houses that we used to rent, they never wanted any pets or animals. And when I finally got Hercules, it was like life changed for so much more than what it already was. There was some really dark times in my life where Hercules just came in and made so much light just appear for me. And a lot of people don't know this, but as of recently, within like the past 2 weeks now, the exact same time when my consistency started dropping here on YouTube, which I will be picking up, I promise you guys that, Hercules was going through a lot of anxiety whenever there wasn't people home. And I live in a house of 6 of us, 4 brothers, well, I have 3 brothers, four sons, and my mom and dad. And it's just that there's times where throughout the day, Hercules has no one to play with, and he does get some anxiety. You can see it in his face, and he's an extremely spoiled dog. I'm not sure you guys realize how spoiled Hercules is, because literally the first thing I do is, literally as soon as I come through the door from work, is I go and I actually start massaging my dog, and then my parents hand feed him. He's an extremely spoiled but loving Rottweiler. This guy is probably the purest heart I've seen on the face of this earth, and that's the truth. So I've said since the beginning, something that I regretted about Hercules is that he had a brother that I just came maybe a few hours too late of getting. I could have gotten the brother if I was there a few hours earlier, and if I had a little bit of more money at that time. I didn't have it, but now I do. And because of this job, I've been able to afford another Rottweiler and be able to support him. So I made a bit of research, and I got Hercules' brother, and this one, his name is Broly. So yes, I got another puppy Rottweiler, purebred Rottweilers, and his name is Broly, and it's just been an amazing 2 weeks. Now, the puppy stage for dogs it can be viewed as the hell stage, because there's some moments where there's just non-stop hecticness and chaos, and there's a lot of things puppies do since they're untrained that a lot of people won't like. We went through a lot of hell with Hercules, but when I look back on it, it was a journey, and I loved every single second of it, and I love every single day I get to spend with my dogs. So with Broly, Broly is just such a cute Rottweiler, and I mean, like, the few things that we got now is that Hercules' anxiety has dropped drastically. Like, literally, the number one thing we were worried about is that Hercules, he does socialize with other dogs, but he does sometimes tend to get aggressive with other ones, in the form of that if they're showing him aggressive signs, he'll show it back, and he will challenge them if they challenge him. When it came to smaller dogs, he always loved playing with smaller dogs, unless they started to bite him. Then he'd probably give them a little slap or something. But with Broly, instantly, Hercules was in shock, and he automatically clicked with this dog. It was just something that I didn't expect. I was scared because of how small this puppy is. Hercules is a 130-pound Rottweiler. This guy, he's extremely strong. If he jumps on me, I feel insane pain from Hercules alone. So I was like, what if Hercules, because he's an extremely clumsy dog, actually accidentally jumps onto Broly or something? But for the past 2 weeks, it's actually been the exact opposite. He's been very coordinated with what he does. He's been extremely careful, very gentle, and just the most well-behaved dog I've ever seen. Usually he gets jealous when other people start to come around us, but Hercules has taken this very well, and Broly is starting to fit in very well within these past 2 weeks. It was like what we expected. With Hercules, some of the problems were the first night the crying. If you guys have ever owned a puppy, the first night you get a puppy, they're crying and trying to find them a spot for them to sleep. For me, I had to cage Hercules up because they keep drinking and peeing and taking a shit everywhere. Same thing with Broly, but I put him in the cage and Broly just kept fighting the cage all night. So we had to let him out. And we were afraid of how long it may take to get Broly potty trained, but because Hercules used to pull some sleazy stuff for months while he was a puppy, like literally for months, he'd play with everyone, and if he sees that you're walking away from him to go take a break, maybe after an hour of playing, you go back to your room, he'd wait for you and then go take a shit in the middle of the living room or on the pee pads or something. He'd wait for you to leave and then take a spiteful one. With Broly's actually fully potty trained within the first week, and he's picking up a lot of things crazy fast with how smart he is. I think either because of the way from what we learned with Hercules, or because Hercules is giving him some signs or something. But something about having these two dogs, it's something you can't really this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing for me, and I just want to enjoy every moment I can, spend as much time I can with them while they're young, because I regret there were some days I could have spent more time with Hercules while I was a puppy. There's a lot of biting as well. Hercules had scarred up my entire arm because of when they're teething. Seeing as we didn't know anything about this, we did realize that Rottweilers, of course, like they're tough and stuff like this, and they'll bite, but when they're teething, it's really bad. You can literally put your finger next to your mouth, and it's hot. It's literally hot. So we figured out get them some ice cubes, some cold towels and stuff like that. And with Broly, he's kind of going through the same thing. He's biting like crazy. He's got really sharp teeth, but he's learning to control it like right away, like within the second week. So I'm just making this announcement with you guys to let you guys know the situation. This is Broly the Rottweiler. Now I have a pair of them, and I gotta say, it was one of the greatest decisions of my life. I don't regret it. If you have, like, depression, if you have issues with, like, fitting into society or anything like that, or if you just need a friend, go get a dog. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the greatest things you'll ever do in your life. I'm telling you guys, it's absolutely amazing. Hercules has really changed my life for the better, and I'm hoping Broly does the same, because it's already starting to have its effects. They bring so much positivity to the household, and they're such smart animals. And especially Hercules, the amount of power this dog has. 130-pound Rottweiler, like literally his veins and his chest is full of muscle and all of this stuff. If you guys really look at him, his legs are packed with muscle, and he's only a year and a half. He's not fully developed yet. By the 2-year mark, Hercules is probably as big as they come for a full purebred Rottweiler, and it was just by complete accident that I found him. It was literally a miracle, a Christmas miracle for me, and he's literally one of the most gentle creatures I've ever seen with this much power. It's insane. And the heart that this dog has. Seeing how fast he picked up Broly and like literally he took him in as his little brother. Like literally every single moment of the day, they're always together now. He doesn't let him out of his sight. If he hears him scream or like give a little whimper over the smallest things, he's right there instantly, no matter what. And it's just something that you can't get anywhere else. And just I love it every single second of the day. But I had to name him after Broly, guys, because that Broly movie that came out was just something that was just absolutely amazing. Probably one of the greatest Dragon Ball movies I've ever seen, next to Battle of Gods. Battle of Gods had a huge impact on my life as well because of the returning of Dragon Ball. But Broly's movie and how much I loved Broly as a character even before then. If you guys look back on the channel, back in 2013, I was making videos on Broly being such an amazing character. But look at this. Look at Hercules' face. But yeah, it was just something about Broly that just stood out to me, and the power you see from Rottweilers, the insane power that they have. The word Brolic, Broly, all of these things kind of came to mind, and I was like, you know what? We're going to name him Broly, and it kind of fits with Hercules because they're both symbols of power. I was thinking about naming him maybe Loki or Kratos, or maybe even Ares or Zeus. The reason why Zeus was a really close one, but the thing was that he's the younger one, so I didn't want to name him Zeus after Hercules. It didn't really it wasn't perfect in my head, but I needed something from Dragon Ball, and I was like, you know what, Dragon Ball it is. Ares was also probably a good close one for me, because these god of war names and all these Greek mythology stuff, I love them. It's just that the average person, especially my parents, wouldn't even know. They barely know Broly, but they finally clicked with it. They're like, what the hell is a Broly? But this is my life, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for your patience. Hopefully you guys can continue your support on the channel, and we're gonna have some more news, information, updates, because Dragon Ball will be heating up very, very soon. But I just wanted to let you guys know the situation right now. And if you guys want to see more of these two, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. I post them every single day. They are my pride and joy, and I love every single second I get to spend with them. But these two, it's a blast. Every day, the best part of my day is coming home to these two and seeing them interact with one another. These guys, Hercules will, like in the middle of the night, will go pretend to go outside. Like literally the other night, I'll tell you guys a small story real quick, and he's a little slick dog. Like literally what he'll do is, while Broly is still inside the house, well, like at 12 o'clock at midnight, Hercules goes out to get some fresh air. We have like a bunch of gates in the house around the perimeter, so we let him out every now and then to get some fresh air or whatever. He'll go and try to find a random toy outside and bring it back for Broly to play with in the night. The other night, this dude found a tub of cream cheese somehow and brought it back in. It was an empty one, and they started playing with it in the middle of the night. It was just something absolutely amazing. But I want to thank you guys so much for your support. I'll be seeing you guys next time, and make sure you guys say what up to Broly and Hercules if you ever see them. Peace.